Tell you what, I can just play the first one. This is right when we first formed. This is literally when we first formed. First day. This is Reaper Life 4.
This is it. This is the beginning. Reaper Life 4 is assembling for the first time.
See, even though these are all my friends, and I've grouped with, Little Mama countless times, Ina countless times, Nim countless times, Gijo countless times, Twizzer a whole bunch of times, there's definitely a group dynamic that forms. We're all doing, the particular builds that we're doing.
Hey, Mama.
Might be, the way that all meshes together, and then, playing, we don't, playing high skull, R10s is not necessarily something we do every day. So,
and a couple of tagline idea names.
In this first day, that group dynamic, we hadn't come together into our own yet. And it took
Looks like there's a certain sneaky
took
road
about
way to get
4 or
in.
5
I'm
nights
waiting to take it.
before I
Alright,
really started to
everybody
feel like us
calm
turn
down.
a corner. It was a little rough at first, but it always is for the Reaper Life series. For the Reaper Life series, where we're just meshing together. You know what I'm saying? That group dynamic forming. But the one of the unique things about Reaper Life 4, because it's iconics, we're starting at 15. By the time we got to
Quiz,
this
welcome to
point,
Reaper Life.
Hello. Thank you.
by the time we got to this point in Reaper Life 1, 2, and 3, the group dynamic had already formed, right? But here we were, level
Time died for
15,
all of us.
going straight into R10s. And we got banged up pretty good.
It's just a little death.
A little death won't kill you.
I don't even. I mean, this is behind the scenes. I hope nobody says anything untoward. Because this is the first time I'm going back and rewatching it, so who knows? Who knows what could be said? On average, how long does it take?
I haven't run the anniversary event to get another Cobalt Gem.
At least. There was one of them. I remember it didn't happen until like level 10, so like halfway through the life. That 1 to 20 life. And I remember that when it happened, it was like while we were in Ataraxia. I
Welcome
felt I
to
was like,
Reaper
this
Life
was
4.
our moment where things really started to flow well.
It's finally happening. Hope you all
But I
bombed the
can't remember
ship, and I
which
hope
one
you all
that
get
was.
ship
That
buffs.
might have been Reaper Life 2.
Hmm.
And I feel like in Reaper Life 1 it happened a little bit sooner than that. In Reaper Life 3, I can't remember.
I think I found, but I'm just going to double and make sure.
But it took us about 4 or 5 nights in Reaper Life 4.
Making sure is a good idea.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'll double check.
We might as well go ahead and start with Assault on Summerfield.
Oh my.
So we're going to do Assault on Summerfield.
So you're live.
This one
streaming
went
this,
well.
right?
No, I am not live streaming.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to live stream probably any of it.
Or okay, so you release it a little at a time then. Okay.
Yep. This is a
Oh,
video
okay, I
series.
thought Twizzer was
YouTube
going to say something that she
exclusive.
didn't want to be shown or heard. I was going to pause it. So we did Assault on Summerfield first. That was our very first
Nim, if
quest,
you're there, we do not hear anything.
and we
from
did
you.
really well. And it
I
was
didn't hear
it
anything.
kind of, it was a false
We
sense
don't
of
have a tagline
optimism
for Reaper Life
because
4. It was 1,000
We got
deaths in the first Reaper Life, 1,000 skulls.
we got our asses handed to us after this one.
For the next Reaper Life. We didn't really have one for the third Reaper Life, so just something to
Talking
think
about taglines.
And then
Because, you know, Reaper Life 1 was 1,000
just a reminder
deaths.
that
And Reaper Life 2 was
part of the
1,000
theme
skulls. But we didn't have
for-
one for
for
3,
fun
so we
in
were
Reaper
talking
Life
about trying to...
4, we're going to be just for the videos, we're going to be retracing our steps from Reaper Life 1. For the other stuff, we're probably going to be doing like R10 everything. But
What's up, Savon? Loaf Beef, good morning and
quests that we're
welcome.
going to do for our episodes that we did for Reaper Life 1 are going to be R9 Maze of Madness, R9 Prison of Plains, R9 Fleshmakers, R6 Desire in the Dark, R9 Lords of Dust, and R8 Lord of Stone. They might be super easy for us on, you know, R8 and R9 and R6, but that'll be sort of part of the fun, just to sort of compare our performance 3 years later. And then once we get into epics, we're going to start doing high skull epics, and I think it's going to be the first time anyone has ever posted like 10 skull epic questing.
I'm going to stop it there because there are 2 points that I talk about the themes of some of the themes of Real Life 4. One is that just for fun, we did some comparative. We're going to do some comparative episodes, or we did some, comparing our performance from Reaper Life 1 3 years ago. He's Wonderpuff. To today. So that's what I'm saying. Like we did R9 Prison of Plains, R9 Fleshmakers, and some others just to compare. Other than those handful of quests that we did at the same quest at the same difficulty we did to Reaper Life 1, everything else has been R10, with the exception of Just Business we did on R8 and Madstone we did on R8. Everything else has been R10. So that's just a fun little theme for those of you who watched the original Reaper Life series and are fans of the original, you know, the other Reaper Lives. You get to compare performance, and we're going to talk about like, oh, okay, you know, here we did the quest in 15 minutes, but in Reaper Life 1, it took us 45. You know, that kind of thing has happened already. You know, where the difference, the speed and efficiency of doing the same quest at the same you know, it's like we cut our time like by a third. Just dramatic difference. So that's one theme of Reaper Life 4. Another theme of Reaper Life 4 that's going to give it some unique flavor. Like when you're chewing on Reaper Life 4, what's going to give it that Reaper Life 4 flavor that's going to burst in your mouth. And, you know, you're going to taste it at the tip of your tongue, but then it's going to, like, creep around to the back and tickle the back sides of your tongue. I'm telling you, Reaper Life 4 is going to be chock full of flavor goodness. So what's another thing that's going to give Reaper Life 4 some unique flavor? Gary, welcome. I haven't seen that name here before, so if you're new to my channel, happy to have you. Is that we're producing some of the first ever R10 epic videos. That nobody is doing R10 epics. If you go to the YouTube machine and you type in, you know, DDO R10, you're pretty much going to get legendaries, and that's it. Everybody's posting legendary R10 videos, but nobody's posting heroic and epic R10 videos. Like epic leveling R10 stuff, or like at elite streak level for maximum XP, yada yada yada. Just about the only heroic R10 videos that you'll find are on my channel, because we did a bunch of them in Reaper Life 2. Other than that, you're almost not going to find any. So, like, last night, we did, like, Von 3, Von 4, Wiz King, Chains of Flame, all at level 26 on R10. Ain't no R10 Wiz King videos out there on YouTube. Ain't no R10 Chains of Flame videos out there on YouTube. Ain't no R10 Von 3s posted. So that's going to give Reaper Life 4 some unique flavor. So like I said, when you're chewing on R4,
Non-legendary.
that's the flavor you're going to be tasting.
Nobody's doing that. So it'll give it an interesting flavor to Reaper Life
See?
4.
I did kind of
Sorry about that.
You know,
See, all the little throat clearing and stuff, I always edit that stuff out, or if I'm doing it in a live stream, I always mute the mic. But this is behind the scenes stuff, so you're going to get the throat clearing and the stuff like that, so I apologize. R10, RWTD, I don't know what that is.
one Reaper Life 4 Death of Icons. But now I also like the idea of something connected to going home, coming home, something like that. I don't know just what.
I'm gonna jump
Thank
to the actual quest because we're just talking about. Oh.
All right.
R10 Tower of
Reaper
Frost.
Life 4 at
Well, here's the
15.
thing. You can do R10 Tower of Frost for maximum XP at 30. So, and we're already past the heroic segment. But I don't know it well enough to really
Starting
want to
Reaper
do that.
points, I have Mama at 77, Ina 76, Nim 121, Twizzler 46, Gijo 76, and myself at 87.
You said 121, right?
Yep.
We decided to start it with a softball. Assault on Summerfield, for those of you who don't know, is a pretty easy one to do on high skull. You know, relatively speaking. This is one that typically when we're leveling, this one will hit on higher skull than the others around it.
Okay, Nim, I do have to say that skull head thing with your tiefling horns does look pretty badass.
Nim has such a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does actually fit quite well on the teeth.
R10 cat. We're actually going to do R10
Looks like some
Catacombs
weird demon goat kind of a thing
at
or
level
something.
27. So, yeah, and I'm not looking forward to the Crypto Gerard Dryden because there's so many mobs in there. I feel like that you can get like a ridiculous number of Reapers. That was like when we're doing heroic stuff.
Oh, yeah,
When we
all
would
of
do
the
Catacombs
stuff
and heroic, Crypto
out of
Gerard Dryden, we
Hardcore
would just do
Season
that
2
one like on the
reminds me
leader
of
R1 because,
that-
like I said, there's so many mobs in there. You can get like a
That,
shit zillion Reapers. So if we're gonna do that one on R10. Oh, it could be brutal. It could be really, really bad.
We communicate a lot.
But we'll give it a
any
try.
Plans or directions and whatnot as we get used to playing with each other again.
It usually took us a little bit to get used to everything again.
Yep. Might take us right up until, through heroics to come into our own and come into our groove as a group. We'll see.
Yeah, Triax. We did best laid plans on R10 in heroic, and it took us like 57 minutes. That was one of the most painful
Kitty Emery.
slogs of the entire project. Is R10 best laid plans and R10 Soul Survivor. But I think best laid plan was probably the worst.
Did I go in on casual by mistake?
No.
Yeah, we're in on normal.
I mean, best laid. I hate that quest.
Yeah.
That we always do that one on lower skull. Like it's
That's
pretty
just
typical
normal
for us to
despair.
do that chain on R6. But when we get to best laid plans, we'll step it down to like R4. And we did it on R10, and it was so brutal.
It's normal Reaper mode.
I had like
It's
15
Reaper
deaths.
normal.
The least number of deaths was Gijo. He had 8 deaths. Nimbin and I were tied at like 14, 15 deaths each. It was
Oh, as a frog, I made a video on how to
it
tank
was
frog, if you
gross.
guys need
It
the
was
link.
absolutely gross, and I felt dirty afterwards.
Like a frog.
Oh crap, I just realized I forgot to set up my epic past life stances, I think. Yes, I did.
I didn't have my epic past life stances on yet.
Hello.
I didn't
Great.
even have
Please stand by.
my Sacred Defender stance
Wait 1
going,
minute, please.
or this
also a chest up
this
here.
stance from Alchemist. Like I was all kinds of not ready. And I don't yet know what we're gonna show
So was the plan always to do
For-
R10?
for the level 15 stuff.
Oh yeah.
Did I miss that memo?
This
Okay.
is Reaper life, not casual life.
Whoops.
We get our asses kicked in the next one. This one we smoked pretty much. But the next one, we got
We
our asses served big
Yeah,
time.
we're doing. Remember?
It's bad
Guys,
too,
we're doing.
real bad. The next two we got served in.
Okay, sorry about that.
Are you prepared now?
I am prepared.
Step awarded.
But you know, we really wanted to challenge ourselves, and I was really looking forward to that epic stint. You know, doing R10 epics. That's a pretty special thing, because like I said, nobody does that. And usually we're not in a full group when we're epic leveling. We're just racing to 29, so we can start doing legendaries and get that big legendary yummy Reaper XP. And sometimes we literally will go from 20 to 29-ish in a day. Because we're just racing through it and doing Slayers.
Going
So
all Willem
I've
I've
Dafoe
never
on
really
us.
had the opportunity
I'm just
to
ready
try
do
our
that.
high
try.
skull epics. I've done like mid skull epics, but never high skull epics. So I was really looking forward to that. And here's what surprised me, guys. That heroic R10s are tougher than epic R10s. At least so far. We're level 26. That generally speaking, not that there aren't some epic R10s that haven't kicked our ass, but generally speaking, heroic R10s are harder than epic R10s is what we have found so far. And I was shocked by that. I thought when we got into epics, the R10s were going to be kicking our ass. But we actually been doing pretty well. You did R8 Giant Hold last life? Cool. On epic or on heroic? Giant Hold's a good one to step it up in. They tend to be easier.
First death of Reaper Life 4. Congratulations, Ina Murata.
There was the first death. We weren't keeping track of deaths,
You
but
win.
that first
Go
death
to the
is
shrine.
Nimbin, tell her what she's won.
fun.
You want socks? Here's some socks.
You win socks. Got a light bearer over here
Yeah, it
who
doesn't help. My connection went yellow in the middle of that.
this light bearer seems to be stuck
No.
between nothing and nothing.
Oh,
so,
you did
uh,
R8 Giant Hold on
go have at
epic.
'em.
Nice. I'm hoping to produce
guy
an
on top of the
R10
roof.
epic crucible at level 28. That's what I'm hoping our level
Ooh,
28
stone
video is
guard.
going to be.
Guard.
That might even be the only quest we do at 28, honestly. Because I'm looking to wrap up the
Alright.
We're
series.
good now. We don't have to aggro anymore.
Yep. Rally at the shrine.
Holy moly.
And let's get a D-door.
Do we have D-Door? I have D-Door scroll.
Nimbin, do you have D-door?
Oh, I do have D-Door. I'm so used to not playing a bard.
Nimbin's gonna be our only D-door. At least until Epics, when Gijo probably has it from Shadow Dancer.
I do have a few D-Door scrolls. In a pinch.
Be careful. This stuff's gonna spawn right on top of you. And you're gonna be sad. Remnants.
Reaper.
I haven't seen... Distributed used to be a real hardcore grinder, but I haven't seen much of him in the last several years.
Remnant.
I did see him recently. But he used to be a real hardcore player. But I'm guessing his skills have probably faded a bit since I don't think he's been playing much the last few years.
Pull the boss back, please. Back to the starting gate. As soon as the boss is dead, I'm leaving.
Remember, I don't even have my Sacred Defender stance on right now. Because this was our first quest, and like, I just wasn't prepared. He came back about November and he has 2 more racials to do.
yeah.
Wow. That's hardcore. So he's got his sea legs back. I
Step
didn't
on.
realize he's been back that long.
Nice.
But I never really ran with him. He would, you know, once in a blue moon, he might click on one of my raids or something.
Holy cow! I was holding my breath.
But I do know he's a really good player.
I've been there, done that. That's for sure.
The only other non-giant hold quest we would do, it would be Memoir, so let's go ahead and go to the harbor.
So we just did that. R10. Sorry about that, guys. R10
You know, do
assault
Blockade
on
Buster?
Summerfield in
Nope.
9 minutes 53 seconds. So like I said, these are raw video files. So like me clearing my throat and
Yeah.
stuff. Normally I edit that stuff out before it ever gets to YouTube, but this is the first time I'm watching this stuff. This is the server downtime special.
Yeah,
So
that's one problem
you know,
with,
I
yeah,
could be
could
chewing
do
on
it
something,
until
clearing my
Reaper
throat,
posts me
whatever.
on
It's gonna come through. I'm
or
sorry. I know nobody wants to hear that shit, but
An R10
I don't know
has an
what's coming.
increased Chance per mob
except I
for
do know
shows, so
that you're about to see us get our
guaranteed.
asses kicked in R10
Yeah, how many
memoirs.
mobs are in that one?
At least one, maybe more.
I'll
We
guarantee
get
one.
served
Yeah.
hard in here.
Archers in here will be wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you got your blurries, your ghostlies, all your things that boost up your effective hit points.
Displacement.
Make sure you get your Reaper points spent.
Yep, yep. I got clean
Yeah,
underwear.
53
That's
underwear.
surprises me,
Okay.
Loaf Beef, because I thought Distributed was like a melee
18, 20
player,
Reaper XP for that last one.
but I could obviously I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I just thought I remembered him playing melees.
Actually, I'm in my pajamas already.
Alright, R10. I pretty much am not planning on doing anything under R10 except for where we're retracing our steps.
Ghost of Perdition R10. Is that what I'm hearing?
We already did that in Reaper
my
Life
God.
2.
Yeah, I forgot how that went already.
It was better than the when
It
we did
was
it on
bad.
R7 for Reaper Life 1. It was rough, but it was, like I said, it
Oh
was
yeah, I
better.
remember now. Yep. Yep, yep.
Because doesn't he do like 99 con damage?
Yeah, it's sick. To this day,
Yeah.
we're the only ones to ever post a video of R10 Ghost of Perdition on Heroic.
Oh wow.
It's true.
I think we're still the only ones to post R10 Heroic quests, period. The only other one I've ever seen was the Lords of Dust, and they cheesed the boss.
No cheese here. That's another thing, you know, for those of you guys that haven't watched a Reaper Life series before, is we do all these quests like face first. We don't cheese them. It's not about us perching and, you know, using safe spots. Like, we are doing these quests on R10
By the
face
way, tomorrow
first.
is the Easter game,
Face tanking the
so
mobs.
I'm gonna be busy with
You
that
know,
from noon to like 3.
Head first.
So I can commit to like 3:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's another
Same
thing,
time
you know, a lot of
tomorrow,
times,
Forrest?
especially early on, a lot of the high skull Reaper scene is people, you know, using perches and safe spots and, you know,
Okay.
cheesing out
What
the.
time?
Yeah, so I don't want to give it away because it could be technically be an
I don't know,
exploit,
it
but there's a
varies
place that you can
probably,
stand where the boss of Lords of Dust can't
Liz,
hit
get
you.
in that circle, please.
And that's how people do that. We'll typically fight the boss, is they'll just stand where he can't hit you and then just range him down. So, when we did our R10 Lords of Dust, we didn't do that. We tanked the boss.
Reaper Life 4, 50%
And when we were doing that,
ladies.
that
That's a
that
first.
was a couple
Pretty
years
cool.
ago, and
3 and
you know,
3.
the attitude at the time was like, this stuff would be impossible to do in R10, the heroic stuff. And like I was just saying, like we were the first to post heroic R10 videos.
We can call it Reaper Life 4, Ladies Night.
Oh, I like that. Let's do that.
We're 50% ladies in Reaper Life 4,
Reaper
which
Life 4.
which I'm pretty
Yes.
happy about because sometimes the ladies are kind of underrepresented
Reaper Life 4,
in
co-ed.
MMORPGs, and so it's really Reaper Life has always had
Didn't get a chance.
2 ladies. It's always been 2 out of 4, but Reaper Life 4 is 50-50, and I'm pretty proud of that. I love that we have a girl-friendly gamer guild and a gamer-friendly series. Because I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the girls can see a lot of harassment in the gaming community. The gaming community can be pretty hostile towards the ladies. In fact, a lot of girls won't even reveal that they're girls because they know
Watch out, Champion Archer behind you.
they've gotten harassed before, or are treated as second class gamers or whatever, and so they won't get on mic. They won't reveal that they're actually a girl. And so I'm proud to lead a gamer girl friendly guild, and proud to be about to debut this series, Reaper Life 4, that's
See what kind of PRR I have.
50% ladies.
My healing bottles taste like pina colada.
260 PRR right now with the reaction spike going, 210 without it.
Nice.
Ram.
So I was thinking about trying to work that theme into it, but that's why, like, in the trailer it says,
Fill my
healing
bottles a little faster.
it says 6 guildies, 5 wings, referring to 5 of us have wings, 4th
I
series.
didn't have my Reapers.
The original trailer said 3 girls, 2 guys, 1 Nimbin, but then I changed it just for fun. We changed
I
it
don't even think I have my
to
Paladin
3
stance
tidy
on.
lasses, 2
Right.
wazoos, 1 Nimbin, and that's of course from from the grotto when Jeet says tidy lasses and pints up the wazoo.
Freak. Oh, Reaper. Right here.
Oh,
It's
the
a
Vengeance
Vengeance.
Reaper got you through
Right
the
on
barrier.
top
That
of
was
us.
crap.
Yeah, that was mean.
Pull him back. Pull him back towards where we came in, please.
Vengeance
Don't kill him
Reaper
there.
just slammed us.
We get obliterated in this quest. And the end fight, I swear, the end fight is like a half an hour.
See him spawn.
Pete, you'll see if you can assassinate those guys.
Me either.
Have a good one, Loaf Beef. Oh no, Ravenwolf, your head now. Have a good one,
Hard to see
Ravenwolf.
him through that barrier wall. He's coming. Watch out! Watch out!
Yeah, I was just talking to
Circle.
a gamer
Watch out,
girl
circle.
about that about a week ago, and she was saying she doesn't get on mic. She
Long
was
as
talking
I
about
make
how
my
she
enemies
plays
fat.
other games.
Circle.
I can't remember what the other game she was telling me about that she plays. It was one of the shooters, one of the
Lots chance around
FPSs,
the corner. Thank you.
and she was saying she doesn't get on mic.
There is a lost
When she
soul
plays
back
it.
in the corner where we came in here.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that.
I got one of them.
Thank you.
I need to.
I don't even have my frickin' lay on hands loaded up yet. It wasn't Call of Duty. I do know of Call of Duty. I can't remember.
see at R10.
Oh no.
Can't wait till we find 3 Doom Reapers.
Oh god. So glad I got my Fey energy tap. Give me some stuff, please.
When?
Doom Reaper around the corner.
Salmon.
I'm glad I can range my
Try to throw your heel.
glue gun.
Don't know what happened.
Oh, back up, guys.
You're
Back
getting
up
hit by
to
the
the
next
beginning.
group.
Back, 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 back.
I was getting harassed by the cat.
There's a bunch of. We're
So
getting
I died
crossfired
because
by
of a
archers
cat?
Yeah,
over there.
it does suck, loaf beef, because yeah, I mean, this is
escapism,
escapism entertainment, right? So people want to just get away from the BS and you know, to come and
She
try
was
to have fun
literally in
playing a
my
game and
face
people
while
giving
I
you
was
shit.
trying to throw
Just
him.
totally sucks.
So the Doom Reaper gave me his Doom debuff from a distance. Because he still hadn't moved from his area, but I had it on my debuff bar.
Yeah, I've got
Around the
marks of
corner.
doom right now.
Yeah, that's not right.
I'm gonna report him.
He's scared.
He's going to come after us in just a moment, so...
Oh, okay. So guys, I'm gonna stop it here because here's the thing. I'm gonna go to the next one because this one started going south. So I was like, probably not gonna use this one, right? Because it was going pretty poorly. So I started eating. So if I keep playing the rest of this particular quest, you're just going to hear me like crunching into the mic, and I'm not going to subject you guys to that. So I'm just going to fast forward to the next one, which we also get served in. I'm not trying to hide the fact that we got served. The next one is
We at least
Feast
tried
or Famine.
J.R.R. Martin.
Here we go. No, they couldn't hear me crunching.
Oh.
Eastern time.
Oh,
I didn't have the mic keyed up.
Reaper Life for coast to coast. Because we have like 3 people from the west and 3 people on the east.
We all here.
Again, sorry for the throat clearing and stuff.
R10, baby.
This is all raw footage that I haven't watched yet.
When are we gonna step it up?
Oh, to
When they
R11.
release Reaper 11 to 20.
I want to do our Kelly.
We get beat up pretty bad in this one.
No, you don't.
We actually do fairly well in the rest of Giant Hold, with the exception of
I'll
Madstone.
do Ariana Grande.
But this one we got served a bit.
I want to do Are You Scared of the Dark? Gnarl Stein.
Oh gosh.
But the thing is, you know, there's so much variability, you know, with certain kinds of champions, the number of
Mhm.
champions, the number of reapers that you get, the kinds of reapers, you
We
know.
at least try J.R.R. Martin.
You know, we could do this again and the next run could go smoothly, you know. You just never know in High Skull Reaper. There's so many variables, it can really go either way.
Alright.
But it's not uncommon for us to do like these Giant Hold
Yeah.
quests on Heroic R8, and it's not uncommon for us to smoke them. But sometimes they go south, you know.
Behind us.
But we
Doom.
don't typically do them on our 10s. Ooh, there's a Doom Reaper.
Damn it.
Tank it, Twiz.
One of the things, you know, I talked about the group dynamic, and, you know, Ina was playing the healer, and,
Like a heel
Oh, I heard an on point.
you know,
Is that
the
enough
first
point?
few levels,
Yep.
you know, getting her to heal me
I heard the
was a bit of a struggle. You know,
I think that's
I'd have a
another
Doom
action
Reaper.
shot.
And
This is
but I
redo
just got to the
the-
point where I'd have to you know, just remind her, you know, I'd tell her, you know, when I'm tanking a Doom Reaper, spam the baby heals. You know, she has the
Delirious
closed wounds
Graveyard.
SLA.
Does it go with my
So
home?
whenever I was
Go with
tanking a
my
Doom Reaper, I'd tell her
theme.
just, you know, just keep spamming that the whole time I'm tanking the Doom Reaper.
Yeah, I was
and it'll
gonna
be- and
say,
that's
the
fine.
trap box
Cappity,
popped, I
cappity,
know.
cap, cap.
But for the first, you know, couple levels or so, the first few nights,
The trap box is on the other side of the door.
it was challenging.
Yes. Thank you.
But all of us, you know, the whole group dynamic has not yet
Vengeance
formed.
Reaper.
This is
Vengeance.
literally the third
Oh,
quest
shit.
that we ran of Reaper Life 4.
Where's it at? Damn.
See, now I remember this moment. Where in the F
It
did
was
this
in your ass
frickin'
if you
Vengeance
did.
Reaper come
The
from?
trap box is on the other side of the door.
Because they call it out. I'm the first person through the door. Where is it? Where the hell is it?
Deputy stabbers.
Did it go through the
Vengeance
gate?
Reaper.
Vengeance.
Oh shit.
Where's it at?
Where the hell did
Damn.
that thing come from?
Sneaky little shit.
If it was in your ass, you'd be dead.
Oh my god.
Just when I went to put on my spell absorption. Vengeance means put on spell absorption.
That was another struggle. You know, even for myself, but constantly reminding
I
the
have
group.
video evidence that I didn't see it.
Vengeance, Famine Reaper, spell absorption. You see Venji, you see a famine, immediately put on that spell absorption.
Oh,
You know,
no.
at this
I'm
level,
not dead yet.
you know, they're throwing their frickin', you know, horrid wiltings, party wipe.
You trip
They're
on
killing
Cold Stone?
anybody with that spell, and it's awful. You know, so
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, we-
it's
there's
not
a
so bad on
Vengeance
lower skulls,
powered
but you're doing this on R10.
originating
Those
master
frickin'
in
horrid
Egypt
wiltings are
messed
so
him up.
painful.
Ready?
Oh, 3 Vengeance Reapers and an R8 double
So
assault. That
high.
sounds horrifying.
I'm
Head him up,
ready.
head him up.
It must have been what it was, Riz.
Hey, look, I'm little Nimvin whoop ass.
Oh, there you go. What that stereo?
Yeah, that's a trick you can do in
Got a couple Reapers.
Benji.
There's definitely a famine vengeance.
no
This
refunds.
is a
You know, you got the
stone
yellow
ocean.
barriers there at the start. You can just walk up to them, kiss the glass, and then the Reapers will come through. Do that on both sides. That way you can isolate the Reapers from all those, you know,
Circle.
first group of mobs.
What a sneaky
I
little
love doing
shit.
that.
Oh, I know that.
Right behind
Once they
me.
die,
He's like that guy that has fireball
I'd say that.
in your party. He's like, I'll aim it behind him so it doesn't hit any of our party
Another
members.
one, another one. Yeah.
What is this, Reaper mode?
I hate Vengeance Reapers.
Circle, circle.
I hate it when they throw their circles in weird spots and you don't even see them.
Circle, circle.
Circle.
Ah! Crikey.
Very first
Yeah,
Reaper
that's
video. That one where I went to when they were previewing it on Lamagna. Oh my god, that was crazy.
oh, trap, blue trap.
That was R10 Von 1. And we did R10 Von 1 in this series. And we'll be producing that video.
Carney?
Carney.
We live streamed R10 Von 2. And we got our asses kicked in that one.
Ooh. Freak.
That was like the end of the night and we were all tired. I could tell,
Got
like,
away fast.
when everybody, you know, it gets after midnight, the group starts to really fade.
It was the middle of a Reaper sandwich there.
Uh-huh.
I cannot keep you healed, though. Your amp is just really low.
That's another thing.
Okay, well, I'll try to do something about that.
I didn't even have Healer's Friend at this point, so like after this quest, I
Okay.
respec to get Healer's Friend.
Why is Twiz always the
Okay,
last one
one time.
alive?
So,
Because I
you know,
stay out
Ina
of
was
the
having a
way.
hard time healing me in these early quests.
She's a Cyrex kind of player.
You know, I'm usually back. To
Oh,
the
we did
healer.
R10 Von 3 last night
Yeah,
at
she
level
has a range,
26,
so it makes sense.
and
Yeah,
it went
she's ranged.
remarkably well. We did R10 Von 3 at level 26, and we did it in
Oh, are we all dead?
26
happened?
minutes.
I'm playing the reroll.
I'm gonna gibbers.
I could show that
Hang
after
on,
this one,
Right in this little
if you want to see it.
stupid hidey hole.
Oh, don't bounce. Come on up
We
for
just
raise.
did that just
ready.
last night, just about 10 hours ago.
Say when.
10, 11 hours ago.
Come on
Got
in,
it.
Mama.
On my way.
I'm right
Yeah, I
here,
thought that was a
ready.
pretty good time for an R10, you know, elite streak level Von
Alright,
3.
great.
Hell yeah.
Come on in, Gijo.
Okay.
Yeah, it went pretty smooth. I thought we were gonna take twice that long in there. I thought that was gonna be an hour-long slog, and it wasn't bad at all.
Come on, Twiz.
Yeah, I'll show that one next because you know this one's so painful.
Yeah, they're on me.
It's gonna just make me want to show you one where we did well.
I gotta use my ring of spells.
You know, I've been talking about
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
live
even-
stream.
I don't even have the repairs or the
I like it Snowfall.
the enhancement.
You know,
So
it's
it
got
gives
some
me better heal amp,
shorties.
so I'll
It's
get
got
that.
one or two longer
Next
ones. The last one is really cool. You know, it's just so different feeling.
It doesn't help
I
that
think-
you're probably using the Defender tree, and all the heal amp is in Knight of the Chalice.
That reminds me, guys,
I think
about my
Blade Forge
theory.
It's a bigger deduction than Warforged standard
55
deduction
compared
does.
to 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
So I was editing, you know, the last episode of the new content First Looks, and I was listening when I was editing it the other night. I was listening to the dialogue of the hags, and they talk about they have an employer who basically hired them to create this backdoor to Feywild. You know, hopefully everybody knows that Update 46, The Lost Gatekeepers, is a prelude chain to the Feywild expansion that we're going to get later in the year. My theory is, I believe this is, and you heard it here first, Grazit. My theory is that Grazit is their employer. Grazit is the boss of the Mines of Tethiumar chain, Desire in the Dark, the one who's in the Black Lodge with all the red curtains. Now Grazit is a demon lord. There's a couple reasons why I think it's going to be him. One, the devs told us that we're going to see him again. And it's been almost 3 years since that quest. He even says he's going to come back in that quest, okay? I'm going to pull up Grazit. If you look, I didn't know much about Grazit. You think it's going to be militia? Could be. But the whole thing with the Feywild is that the Feywild is like the way the devs were explaining it, and I didn't know much about the Feywild before the devs were explaining, you know, this facet of it, is that like emotions run to the extreme. That there's no middle ground, you know, when it comes to love or hate or whatever, you know, it's like everything is like uber amplified. And that's part of the Feywild experience. So Grazit is a demon prince. I'm reading this. He's often mentioned in various D&D products. Ever since his debut in 1982, he is known as the demon prince of pleasure and the embodiment of demonic desire. He's the patron of succubi and incubi and enthralls mortals with promises of wealth, of power and wealth. He's the demon prince of pleasure and embodiment of demonic desire. And I think that plays well into the whole theme, you know, like what's going on in the Feywild with where like emotions run to the extreme. If he's the demon prince of pleasure and the embodiment of demonic desire, I'm not saying he's going to be the boss of the Feywild, but I think he's like in cahoots with whoever that boss is going to be. Like he's either working for that boss or working with that boss. That's my theory. You heard it here first. The new items from the Gatekeepers, I haven't looked at them closely enough to remember. Do I watch through all my videos when editing? Pretty much. About the only ones that I sometimes won't thoroughly watch, like from beginning to end, would be like the first looks, because we live streamed it anyways. You know what I mean? But even then, like the first looks, of the 5 first looks that I just posted for Update 46, I know 4 of them I watched from start to finish. There was one of them that I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I complain
But yeah,
about Blade
typically,
Forge and like
99% of the time,
Quarter
yeah,
Lane,
I watch it start to
Quarter Lane
finish
was
because I like to edit
they're
out
alright.
dead spots, or
Find the way they are, and I'm like, yeah.
you know, if I
good
had to
enough
get
for me
up
not
to
play 'em.
you know bio or something, I can edit that out. Or if I
Thank you,
misspeak,
I'm
that's another thing, because I
really
always wanted to
good
make sure
nowadays.
that like the information I'm giving in my videos is accurate. So sometimes I say things wrong, either accidentally or because I was misinformed. So sometimes you'll see me make notes
Thank you.
in my videos to correct any mistakes that you know, if I misspeak.
I'm where you rock.
The summons out.
Yeah, we shouldn't need it.
Gopt the Conqueror. Thank you for the follow. That's 934. Guys, we're gonna hit 1,000 followers before the end of May. That's gonna be so cool. With 1,000 followers, I bet I could finally get some respect around here. Probably not, but you know,
Plague.
can always hope.
And a carny.
Remember when these were scary reapers?
Oh, the game I was talking about earlier that I said I was talking to, you know, I was talking to a gamer
Remember
girlfriend
when
of mine
7 Reapers
that,
lined up,
and
looked
she was
at?
saying she doesn't
We'll be redoing that quest.
Get on
'cause that was
mic.
our episode.
is Overwatch.
Collectible.
Shrine should be coming up.
It ain't too far.
So in my live streams, you know, over the past few months, I've been talking about building wealth, and one of the reasons why I'm back in wealth building mode in terms of shards is because I've been spending a lot of shards purchasing medium Eberron Dragon shards. Somebody's been posting like 100 stacks of medium Eberron Dragon shards on Sarlona, and I've been buying them up, and I've been spending like all my shards on it. And but medium Eberron Dragon shards, like we discussed yesterday, we were talking about
Right.
the different rewards you can
doing
get for
it?
Eberron Dragon shards. And one of the rewards you can get is the Trinket of Mnemonic
What if
Enhancement, which is
Alchemists
basically
have
20
greater
major
ones
mana
open
pots. So
yet?
I've been like financing
Not yet.
Little Mama and Ina Murata's mana pot needs by buying them mnemonic
I did
trinkets.
not.
So all those medium Eberron Dragon shard fragments I've been buying are getting put to use in Reaper Life 4 for something other than mana pots.
And Deduce Voodoo might die.
Yeah, considering I mean heal amp sucks and I plagued.
I'm surprised. I have 119 armor class, and they're hitting me pretty often. That's pretty wild, considering that this was built during the time where 100 armor class was
don't.
in game.
What the fuck just happened?
Champion caster.
Did you get the
Fucking
structure?
disintegrate.
Just running
971.
it back here.
Oh no, I did some stupid. Rectify it for me.
What
I'm
happened?
delegating.
Is Alchemist my new favorite class to play? No. No, I had fun playing through it, but I wasn't originally gonna do this Alchemist tank.
Grab that soul, mama.
See, originally I wanted to be the healer
Two souls.
for Reaper Life 4. I was gonna do
Are
a
you using
bard,
vocals, Twiz? I'm just
a
curious.
pure bard, spell singer,
Yeah.
healer, and crowd controller.
Orpal still don't
But
care.
as the group started to
Yeah,
form,
right.
Vorpal
we didn't have a tank.
at level 15.
And I was like, well, I really, if we're going to do these high skull reapers, I really want us to have a tank, right?
Thank you.
So I was like, well, I can do, the alchemist paladin thing that I did for my
I was kinda
alchemist
bummed
life
out they
too.
didn't put improved
That's
Vorpal
why I
in that,
chose
but then again,
this
the
particular
CG
build.
is so
Wasn't
sweet.
because like I love it or something. It's just like I just did it. I figured it'd be something interesting, different to show in Reaper Life 4, as opposed to just doing my usual warlock tank build, which I didn't want to do that because I don't need
I was almost
any more
considering
warlock
going
past
with
lives,
the
although I could have
18 Artie
I could have
Inquisitor
played it as a
thing,
different
but
race,
I'm glad I went with the instant kills. We got to do 'em.
but I didn't need.
And a
Get
despair.
Voodoo
The thing is, if I had
back out of there.
if I had done my warlock build as an
With
iconic, I
retreat,
would have
most
had
of
to
that stuff is
LR
cast
a
just
level
because
out,
hit these heavy
and I didn't
hitters
want to do
hard.
that. I didn't want to waste resources to LR out a level out just for one, video series. So that was another reason. Like I could use a Blade Forged past life,
Little Mama run.
and Blade Forge is Paladin,
Oh,
Come on,
which
cell
is
phone
I already
time.
used 5 levels of
We can just
Paladin
run
for
to
this
the
build,
shrine,
so it was
leave 'em
just
back
like
here.
a choice out of convenience that I needed both Blade Forge and a Alchemist past
He won't
life,
follow us.
and we were doing iconic,
If you
so
don't die near
and
the
we needed a
shrine.
tank, so that's why I did it. That's
You're on your own, Gita.
Don't take him to the shrine.
He's
No
going.
intention of. And I brought it back.
And he's
he's
going
going
back to his
all
spawn,
Spawned at the
spawn
shrine.
point. That sucks.
guys, I need to take a bio break. Actually, you know what I'll do?
I think you'll
Don't
be
worry.
I can
fine
just
up
keep
here.
it going,
The shrines are down the hole.
right?
We lose a collectible though.
I can just do this. No, you know what? Other folks need to take a bio break, right? This way you won't miss any of the action. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'll put up an AFK screen, and I'll do a commercial break. I'll be back in 3-4 minutes. I think the game worlds are up. Because I'm downloading it right now. Downloading the update. um... Hey Zen. I rated you yesterday. We had a lot of viewers when I rated you too. Welcome back to you and me, guys. For what are we in? Just starting hour 4 of Good Morning Coffee and Chat. If you're new to my channel, and I know we got some new viewers here. This is a much more casual segment that I do. A viewer-driven segment where we just, it's coffee, it's talk, no big chat about the game we love. Waking up together. Keeping ourselves sane during this coronavirus quarantine madness. I know some of you out there are going stir crazy. And worried, fearful, anxiety. Some even panic. But here we can keep each other company and get that little dose of normalcy that they say it's good to have during a time like this. Well, a little update's taking a little while to download. Alright, we're going to get back to... Right now what I'm showing is some raw Reaper Life 4 footage. This was from the very first day that we were together. This is the third quest that we ran, and you can see total party wipe. This is R10 Feast or Famine. And it kicked our ass.
Just run to the shrine.
Can I make
Oh,
it
you
there?
just run.
Can I make it there?
Yeah.
You should be able to.
It's just right at the bottom.
Oh crap, I bounced. I just made it down and then I bounced.
You can hit it as you're
Oh, hell
falling.
yeah, Zen. I'm glad to raid you.
You could res up on the boat.
I got 40 seconds now.
I just gave you a follow, Zen.
Are you wearing assless chaps, Twiz? What is going on there? Oh, that's like fur.
I know, aren't they? They're kind of strange. But I like the latex sort of look.
Yeah. Cat suit.
Twiz has a hot
Yeah.
look this life. Can't tell now because of the stone skin, but the whole Charter Kai thing, the hair, everything. So she has got a really good look going, which you saw in the
I
trailer.
keep on forgetting I need to cast shield on myself. I'm so used to playing being alchemist for so long, you get used to that.
My favorite is Nimbin's though. Nimbin has a really, really awesome look going on. It just fits perfectly. I'm not even a big fan of that hardcore season 2 stuff, but he makes it look good. With that tiefling horns, it just looks so hot.
We're standing right above the tent. Oh shit! I click and everything and then I bounce.
So I'm going to tell you guys something, because I know some of you guys never noticed this distinction or didn't know about it, so I'm going to say it now. In Reaper mode, when you run away from your soul stone and you bounce back, if you were off timer, it will put you back on timer, right? But sometimes it doesn't. If you've never noticed why it sometimes does and why it sometimes doesn't, it's when you enter a quest through a Slayer zone, like Giant Hold quest, for example, then when you bounce, it puts you back on timer. But if you entered a Reaper quest from a public zone, say like Memoirs, for example, that you just enter that from the harbor, then you can bounce and it doesn't put you back on timer. That's probably not working as intended because that's a silly distinction, but you see, back when Reaper mode first came out, when you bounced, it would put you back on timer, and they said they fixed that, but then they only turned out that, it didn't, nothing changed for the ones you enter from a wilderness zone. It only changed the ones you enter from a public zone. It's a silly distinction, but if you never noticed that distinction, that is the difference. It's if the quest is entered from a public zone, you will not be put back on timer when you bounce. If you enter from a wilderness zone, you will be put back on timer.
No, I couldn't. But I have Inamorata's thing once my thing. I don't know how long it lasts.
If you have the dialogue, you can res anytime. Come back here.
Oh, good. Oh, even on timer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it just went away.
And you have to wait again.
Yep.
My God, everything is
Look at that.
broken.
Everything's
but our
broken.
Weapon and trinket.
Or breaking.
That sounds like an
We can't
enhancement.
say.
Everything is broken.
Everything is broken. Did you put points in everything is broken?
I did. I put all my points in.
That should be an enhancement. Everything is broken.
You're gonna have to back off your mic a little bit, Twiz. Sounds like a little too close.
Am I breathing?
Well, it's just like when you're laughing or
Back.
something.
It clicks.
Take your eardrums out. Okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure that that videos don't, it doesn't come through the video. Not that I'm taking video right now.
So how do
I
I
kind of
do
like the sound of Twiz breathing in my ear.
Okay, hopefully it won't bounce again. Yay. I need to
Is that
shrine.
voice capture threshold?
No, I think it just sounds like your mic's too close to your mouth is all. Like it was only like when you were laughing or something, there was a big puff like coming through, and it sounded like you just like smashed your mic.
Sound like this.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God,
Here.
please don't ever do that.
I put my mic in my mouth.
That's a different channel.
Be careful with that.
Yeah, it's alchemists to me
Yeah, but I
are
guess if you need to
painful in
practice
single
for
digit
your day
levels. Once you
job,
hit 10
if
and
you could do that
especially
when you're
12,
not
you do turn
playing
a big
PBR,
corner.
That would be so much better.
And it's off the chain for the rest of heroics once,
Are we
after
ready?
12. But yeah, like 1 through 8, 1 through 9 sucks.
I was ready 2 resurrection attempts ago.
But yeah, once you hit 12, it's really sick. I mentioned that one of the surprising things in Reaper Life 4 that we discovered, because, Reaper Life 4, one of the things that makes Reaper Life 4 taste different than other Reaper Life series is that we're doing epics, and we're doing, 10 Skull epic content. Now look at that. That Fear Reaper just took Mama out.
Yeah, that's
And it
pretty
wasn't even
awesome.
around that long.
Thank you.
So,
The Saint
Fear
Lord
Reapers in
Skull.
Heroic High Skull are
Fear
so
Dot
much
Earth.
scarier than
Heavy
Fear
Fear Dot
Reapers
Earth.
in
Level.
Epic High Skull.
This ain't your mother's Reaper.
In Heroic High Skull, Fear Reapers, killed... it was pretty much guaranteed to kill Little Mama, if not both Little Mama and Twizzler.
Bed.
And if we had 2 Fear Reapers in these 10 Skull Heroics, it was pretty much a guaranteed party wipe. Even if we killed them relatively quickly. It's just the dots got away from us so quickly. But in Epics, Fear Reapers are not that nearly as big of a deal at all.
No.
I had the same thing.
So here's one of the
I'm not.
surprising things. See, I had never done 10 Skull Epics. I'm talking about epic leveling, not legendary stuff. This was the first time we'd ever done epic 10 Skull stuff.
His last,
Yeah, just
yesterday,
looking at
This is a
the
heroic one, but I'm saying, we've done a bunch of epic 10 Skull stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
guess,
thinking in terms so that we all kind of level at the same rate.
The heroic 10 skull
Right.
stuff is harder than the epic 10
I mean,
skull
I won't
stuff.
fake level. I
Generally
won't have it
speaking, that's been
anymore,
our
but
finding, and I
yeah,
was surprised
I'll
about
have
that. I thought the epic 10 skull stuff
Theoretically, no one should
was
take
going to be
level until they're
really,
already
really
fake
tough.
level.
Yeah, that's an important point.
And I'm not
No
saying
one
it's
should take
not
level until we
Right.
all agree.
challenging, but I think that the heroic
My
10
point
skull
is, I don't
stuff
want somebody to be
is
like
harder.
running a 50% pot and then have to wait, say, 2, 3, 4 quests for everybody else.
generally
to catch up to 'em.
speaking.
So if none of us are running XP pots or some
At
are
least
running
that's
like
been
a
our
10%,
finding so
those
far.
aren't a big deal. I just don't want somebody wasting, like a 50% or thinking that everybody was using it.
No, that's
Yeah,
highest I
Epic
have are
Destinies,
10%,
for
which
sure.
I just happen to have left over from when I TR'd.
It should still affect Reaper XP though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Syax was saying the other day. He said that's the only time he uses XP pots.
Yeah, that's why I saved mine for Legendary Reaper 10s.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had a 6-hour one going,
Yes,
and I still have
Bondhead,
like an hour left
Conquest,
right
Ransack,
now from when I TR'd.
Doom
Ingenious D, those
Oh,
all
God.
affect Reaper.
Out of the Doom
That's
Reaper
why I
into
love
the
doing
Doom
those
Reaper.
optionals, but I don't do other kinds of optionals, like the regular kinds of optionals that just give you like 1,000 regular XP. Those don't affect Reaper
And
XP.
there's a trap on that door, just FYI.
Modifier.
Right.
Modifiers do, yeah. So best not to call them optionals, I guess.
1,000 Doom Reapers.
But yeah, you definitely want to go for,
I keep hitting
you know,
high
if you get a
points.
trapper, if you're running a life with a trapper compared to a life without a trapper, I mean, a trapper's like running around with a 30% XP pot.
Precisely.
It's so delicious. And you can
Oh,
feel
there's
that
another
difference.
one
You
right
can
on the
taste
other
that
side of the
difference when you're
door.
going through a 1 to
Yep.
20 life. You know, and all of a sudden you're
Why
at,
did the
you know, you're
trapper
doing
drop the
level 8s
door?
and you're like, wait a
If
minute,
the
why
trap
are,
puck's
you know,
on
why
the
are
other
we
side.
behind where we normally are? We're like, oh, we don't
Yeah.
have a trapper. We're not getting Ingenious D every quest. It makes a huge difference.
God, it makes such a good bard.
So this was Reaper Life 4, day 1, literally the third quest. Our group dynamic hadn't even formed yet. You know, we're still,
There's a trap.
you know, we decided to go head first into the R10s and not, you know, not dabble. As opposed to, you know, starting slow with, you know, hey, let's do some R7s, maybe
Not
some
on the
R8s.
quest, though.
We just went right into the R10s. And we got served. You know, we got served in this quest. We got served in the last one. We got served in a bunch of the
Sometimes.
heroics. Some of them we did really
All the
well
traps
in,
in
but
here
some
are
of them we
random.
got our butts kicked.
Hey, look, a Doom Reaper.
Heroic Doom Reaper.
Those are doing.
You don't have meld into darkness.
So why there it went okay, and before the Doom Reaper fights were like, "Mrr."
Well, there's a lot of luck as to like whether or not it hits it, how quick it takes me down. If I can hold its aggro and not die, we're gonna have a lot better luck than if I go down.
Well, and champions and whether or not there are other Reapers of any kind.
Yeah, I'm also starting to get some of my timing back for heals.
Improved uncanny dodge is just something that certain classes get though, right? Like barbarians get that. DDO is back up. Sweet. Yeah, I've already downloaded the patch. I'll let this. What I'll do is I'll let this keep going through the rest of this quest, and then we'll
Does anybody need to break for
load
dinner?
up the game.
No, but I'm
I
gonna head
actually
back
need to
and
break the cook.
the shrine.
Oh, there's respawns by the shrine, isn't there?
It's not
Oh,
over.
shit.
Might be a couple.
There's a fear. This is going to be a party wipe right here. See,
People
there's a
shouldn't be
fear
heading
reaper
back to
hiding in the
shrine.
back,
You know, by
Over
themselves.
here. I don't.
and we didn't notice it right away.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Ow!
I was just,
No, there's nothing.
What?
Thank
I was
you.
just watching
Yeah,
Twitter.
Fear Reaper.
back.
Fear, there's a fear.
Yeah, we just split up without party consent, and that fucked
That
us.
was another thing. Like, there's just some people decided to go back and shrine
Sorry.
and didn't make it clear that that's
they-
what they were doing, and we were split up, and
You know
you
they
can't do
shortened the
that when
Fear
you're running an
Reaper,
R10.
Fear
You know,
Oil?
we're trying to work
What do you
together
mean
as a group
shortened?
and not just
I can be down
Unilaterally
the and
decide-
not feel it at all.
hey, let's go to the
Like,
shrine
oh,
while
yeah.
everybody else is fighting a bunch of mobs up
Yeah.
front. So, here we're still working out the kinks.
I definitely shouldn't have shot them.
Yeah, I think it was just 3 Reapers, but our party was split. We didn't have everybody there, so that made it even tougher.
Get a drink and then more pretzels.
Wow, lots of Reapers.
Well, at least they're all at the shrine now.
But there's some champs behind us.
We can just
Yeah.
leave Twiz to entertain the Reapers, and we can finish the quest.
Okay.
I cannot reach the shrine, but I can gibbers and start raping people.
So,
You want to do it in the doorway,
like I've been saying, Reaper life,
away from the.
for some of you watching, this is our 4th Reaper life series. We've
So
done
when
every
we
one every
shrine,
year
it's
since
like
Reaper mode has come
I'd
out.
like
This
to
is
shrine and then
year
wait
4
for
for Reaper mode.
consensus.
So Reaper life 4.
Yeah, so we don't
Yeah,
go
just-
headlong into a
We
group
do
of
not
mobs expecting
handpick the
everyone to be
quests that
there
we
and
show
one
you
person's not.
just to try to make it look
Guys,
like
just
we
say
do
I'm
well.
gonna need the shrine.
Because when I'm
That's a
posting
good thing to
videos on
do is
YouTube, some of
let
you
us
you
know
don't
if
know.
you
Like I
shrine
could be
and
doing that and you wouldn't know.
correct
You could just
decision.
Okay.
maybe we're
Yeah,
doing the
'cause I
quest
was
10
out
times
on,
and we're just
closing
showing you the
whole
best.
birds.
Because some people do that.
Should I gibber?
No, I was
and-
saying it-
You're only going to see the good
Yeah.
completion. But
Please.
Reaper Life has always been about sharing the
It is
challenge
important
with you
to
guys.
not
So in
put
all
the
the
party
Reaper
in
Life
so
3
much
was not
There.
about. It was a
when
different
you're
kind of
about to
challenge.
shrine, or
It
somebody
wasn't
starts
about
in
high
the
skull
head, you know,
challenge. It was
either
about
one of the
zerging
players or
speed
wait
run
till the
challenge.
party wiping.
Thank you.
All right.
So
And then come back
we,
here?
in Reaper Life 1 and 2, when we were doing higher skull
Alright.
stuff, we didn't shy away from sharing that challenge with you. And we posted some videos where we got our asses
Good
kicked,
job.
and I'm showing
Would
you
they
now,
go
like,
up
some of the
the
stuff was
ladder?
really, really challenging for us. And sometimes we
Some
had
will.
just long
There's a Doom
slogs.
Reaper up there.
Like this quest here ends up taking
yeah,
us.
Go up the ladder because there's the Doom Reapers parked.
Oh, I didn't write down
I
the
might as
time.
well just say
Oh,
forget the
Yeah,
shrine,
30,
just
mi-
come in for
almost
raids and
40
stuff
minutes,
out
39
around
minutes
the
and
can.
52 seconds this one took us.
Oh,
She's
I
in there
tried.
deep.
But yet Maze of Madness we did that one on R9, we did it in 11 minutes. Trial by Fire we did in R10 in 15 minutes. So it's, some we do well, some not so much. So,
No, you're-
you know,
there's
I'm,
no way we're gonna
you
have
know,
to
I'm
fight
not
for
shying away
quiz.
from showing you guys, like, we got our asses kicked sometimes.
Everything between this and.
I don't want you
Well,
to.
there's one mob that the 4 of us should be able to take
don't
out,
want
no
you guys
problem,
to
so let's
think
go
like,
do
oh, R10s are easy for us,
I can
because
always gibbers.
I'm not
That's
an
part of
R10
the-
as easy kind of a
No,
player.
that's
Like
okay.
R10s are challenging to me,
It's fine.
and it's a fun challenge. I've had a blast, and I cannot wait to share some of the epic stuff with you guys because, like I said,
Gibber
Yeah.
charges are limited.
the epic R10s that we're gonna
Yeah.
post are gonna be, most of them will be the first time
That's good. Let's
anybody
not
has
go any
ever
further
posted
and
these
just
on R10 in the
aggravate
world,
Reapers and shit.
because nobody's posting epic R10 content.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's
Wait,
Wait,
posting
there they go.
epic legendary.
Where's the fear?
Despair's still with me, but the two.
AFK for
Fear
about a
ticking?
minute.
Too many fear ticks.
Yeah, those fear ticks
It's
hurt.
down to a
bad.
sliver.
Yeah, they're really bad. Yeah, Despair is 3/4 of the way healthy. So a quarter down.
Okay, let's get away
Yeah,
from that
come
corner,
in whenever
please.
you need, Twiz.
He bounced.
I'm still waffled.
That's the mark of the sovereign host. The waffle.
The waffle of shame.
Ready for A's? Thank you.
I had crumpets and maple syrup.
It's from the Sovereign House of Pancakes.
Yes. Oh my
Maple
god,
syrup.
that'd be such a
Victory.
great D&D thing. Like my character wants to make the best pancake house.
I'm back. Sorry.
Come on down the hall.
Yep, coming.
I don't know, Riz.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I got it.
Coming in.
Is it safe to head to y'all?
Let's see if we can find out.
Thank you.
You know what they did? They did reduce the radius of a Fear Reaper's dot recently. That must have been a stealth change. 'Cause I don't remember seeing it in any release notes, but they definitely did.
Once you get in that corner, there's gonna be a lot of stuff.
Sit, boy.
The wiki does not say. I'm not really sure. That's a really good question.
Tier 3 champion caster, watch out, triple digit poison.
Three champ casters here.
Rim back here.
Remnant.
Floating remnant.
R10 running with the devils. I think we did that in Reaper Life too. Let me check. Ooh. No, we didn't do running with the devils. Let me see. I'll tell you the highest skull that I've done it on. So I have notes from early days of Reaper mode for like the first couple of years. No,
Let me know.
Dude, that was a solid.
One of your
I don't know what the highest skull I've done it on. I don't have notes for anything above like R4, but I know I've done it on higher than R4. But
Ooh, little mama, your heal amp's pretty
Right.
low too.
that'd be a good one to try
I'm ready.
on high skull. Hey, Reaper Life 5.
There's a couple
Oh,
remnants,
rephrase.
yeah.
See you, Zyvon. Coom Wolf, I hope I said that right. Good morning and welcome. I haven't seen your name here before, so if you're new to my channel,
Here's a song
welcome to
about
my channel. We're
friendship.
watching some we're watching some raw footage from Reaper Life 4, which is a video series I'll be posting on my YouTube channel very soon. I've already posted the trailer, episode 1. I'm hoping to get up this weekend, but since the servers were down, we had to entertain ourselves.
You dragging this fucker?
Oh yeah.
So I decided to go ahead and
Definitely,
Step it up
stick some raw footage up here of Reaper Life 4.
if you want to.
just to take away some people.
And in this particular one, we got our butts kicked. This is R10 Heroic Feast or Famine at level 15. Finally get to the end fight.
Plague Reaper.
Take them way, way back.
Fear.
Way back.
There's a fear.
Shit.
As long
Let's
as
get
you
this
keep
fear.
reasonable distance, it shouldn't tick.
Fear's almost dead.
Someone did.
This quest was so brutal on us. Took us almost 40 minutes to do it.
Fear got me again.
All my shit's broken. Or breaking.
Go Nimbin. It's your
I
birthday.
should have gone the other way.
That Fear Reaper
Yeah,
screwed
my
us.
recess won't get off timer.
Because we wanted to, I wanted us to pull everything back, but then that Fear
anything
Reaper was
fall
there,
on
and
much?
so then we had to get it. But we
No.
probably still should have went
Here's
back
yelling at me.
because we could have got out of its range. See, at this point in the series, I wasn't aware
Why
yet
they shortened the range? 'Cause
that-
I was just down like a little bit further than Twiz, and I didn't get any dot at all.
As long as you don't
I wasn't aware that they changed the radius on the Fear Reaper dots. That it's
Alright.
much smaller than it used to be now,
I'm coming in for
Coming in.
raise.
and they just made that change somewhat recently.
I'm good too. Just let
Thank
me
you.
know when.
Coming in, Mama.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
been
me
watching
too.
my
Yeah.
my videos on YouTube? Cool. Well, I'm glad that you found me over here on Twitch. These morning coffee talks that we do are just a casual viewer-driven segment that we do. We answer viewer questions. I often don't even run content.
I'm ready for it.
We just, it's
Come on,
about
Ethan.
waking up in the morning to a good cup of coffee, chatting about the game we love, and helping to keep each other sane during the coronavirus quarantine. When I live stream in the evenings, it's usually like guild raids and stuff. But when I do the morning coffee talks, it's just hanging out.
Gather.
Hanging out. Sometimes we do deep dives into various topics, depending on where viewer questions lead us. But we might talk about building
A lot of
wealth.
my gear is
We might
in
talk
crack.
about speed past lives.
Oh, yeah.
Speed leveling Kenneth crafting. If you watch my YouTube channel, then you've seen some of the grabs that I've done off of this live stream.
Crack is what.
If we do a deep dive and it ends up turning into a good segment, I'll grab that
That Fear
and then
Reaper's
post it on
almost
the
dead.
YouTube
We need to
machine.
take him down.
And the most recent example of that is when I posted that, Kenneth crafting speed leveling video. That was something we discussed right here on the live stream about 10 days ago.
Fear's dead. Boss is right here.
Plague.
Bring him back.
I still don't even have my lay on
Really like
hands
that?
loaded up.
No.
No.
Totally forgot about it because I don't normally play.
Jesus. Would that take us an
Paladins.
hour? 39 minutes.
Plagues following.
Let's compare to Reaper Life 2.
That's close to 40 minutes. 52 seconds.
But check this out. So that seemed like it took forever. But
I need to
but I look up the
my
time
camera.
that we did it in Reaper Life
Me
2,
too. Fuck that in, chat.
2 years prior to this. I think I say it here in a second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his
Don't forget to
wardrobe?
spend your points on some
I'll give you the
healing.
answer to that question next Saturday, Mr. Bender. Don't mess with the bull, you get the horns, young man.
Yeah, Voos, don't forget to not suck. Okay.
The worlds are up.
We said R10 a little bumpy, not bad. 38 minutes. That was Reaper Life 2.
So we did it in a
So It was
minute,
like basically the same as Reaper
a
Life
minute
2,
faster
his
in
first
Reaper Life
time.
2 2 years prior.
Reaper Life 2
It's
didn't
just
have
all
to
those
deal with
freaking
Doom Reapers
bigger
and
Reapers.
shit.
That's one of the
But
difference.
We were
They're-
also level 13 when we did that.
Yeah, but we were level 13. So there are three. I'm going to talk about this in the first episode of Reaper Life 4. But there are three significant differences between Reaper Life 4 and when we did earlier series. Hey, Carson86. Good morning and welcome. Vin, good morning and welcome. Paydor, good morning and welcome. How many skill points are needed? Something's not making sense here. How many skill points are needed? I mean, let me pull up my build. So I say max intimidate spellcraft, balance, and concentration, 1 point in tumble, and use magic device the remaining points and perform if you're Fey Pact, and heal. So you really do want to max out your intimidate, and I would say balance is the next priority, followed by concentration, then spellcraft. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, for UMD, just you really want to get those no-fail resurrection scrolls. So if you might want to put a few more in there if you don't have tomes, for example, or you don't have past lives that are going to support higher UMD. You might want to spend a little more in there if you can, or if you want to get those no-fail resurrection scrolls. You got to use your own judgment a little bit, but well, but there are skill tomes as well. Do you have like a UMD skill tome? Because if you have that, then that's going to make a difference. But if you don't have a UMD skill tome, then maybe you spend a little more points in there. But the bottom line is, like, you really want to get to that no-fail resurrection scroll as soon as possible. So put a few more points in UMD. You can take points out of spellcraft because it's not a max spell power build. If you have to. You don't need to spend points in perform and heal. Spend a few more points in UMD. Cool. I'm glad you posted it. Okay, so I started to mention there are 3 significant changes to Reaper mode since previous Reaper Life series. I'm going to talk about this in the introduction of Reaper Life of the first episode of Reaper Life 4, but it's this. 1, it's the level at which we can do these quests. It's changed. Prior, in earlier Reaper Life series, you had to do quests at base normal level for maximum Reaper XP. And that really sucked because it had it split the Elite Streak community to the Reaper community, the Max Reaper XP community, into 2 different groups. And we don't have the player base to support splitting the community into 2 different groups like that. So since Reaper Life 3, at some point last year, they brought us back together, and they said they changed the level restrictions for Reaper mode, and you can now get maximum Reaper XP by Elite Streaking, by running the quest at Elite Streak level. So for example, Feast or Famine, we were able to run that at it's a base level 13 quest, right? You can run it at 15, which is what you would for Elite Streak, because it's 15 on Elite, and get maximum Reaper XP. But, a year ago, if you wanted to get max Reaper XP, you had to run that at level 13 at base normal level. So when we did that on our R10 Reaper Life 2, we did that at level 13. So that's 2 levels difference. And then Epics, it's a 4-level difference. You can Elite Streak 4 levels above base normal level in Epics, with the exception of 20. It's 3 levels above. 20 is the in-between level. But base 21 and up stuff, you can run it level 25, 4 levels above. So if it's a base level 21 on normal, you can run it at level 25 to Elite Streak it. So like web flagging chain 1, the Evening Star stuff, or Offering of Blood, or whatever, all those base level 21 quests, Lords of Dust, you can run those at level 25 for Elite Streak and maximum Reaper XP now. That's a 4-level differential. That's huge. 6 levels above means that's the maximum level you can run it to even get in it. If you're 7 levels above, you can't even enter it. But you do not get maximum Reaper XP if you're 6 levels above it. You can only be 4 levels above it for base 21 and up and get maximum Reaper XP. If you do it at 6 levels above it, you take a Reaper XP penalty. But they changed the penalties, so let me see what it is now. So I guess you would only get a 10% XP penalty. Or wait a minute. I guess it's just 10% penalty. Which isn't a big deal. Anyways, so the level at which you can run these for maximum Reaper XP was increased. So that's one significant difference. So we're doing these higher level than we did before. Another significant difference between previous Reaper Life series and Reaper Life 4 is that we have new Reapers, right? In Reaper Life 1, 2, and 3, there was no such thing as a Vengeance Reaper or a Despair Reaper or a Doom Reaper. Those bastards make quests a lot harder. Vengeance Reapers suck. Doom Reapers suck. Also, they changed, they made the Fear Reapers a lot more imposing. Back in Reaper Life 1, 2, and 3, Fear Reapers were no big deal. Those could be the lowest priority kill. Their dots were pretty weak. Now, Fear Reaper is a top priority kill, at least in heroics. And we got wiped so many times by Fear Reapers, especially if you get 2 Fear Reapers. It was pretty much a guaranteed party wipe if we had 2 Fear Reapers in Reaper Life 4 during heroics. In even 1 Fear Reaper, if we didn't notice it right away, we were definitely going to wipe. Because its dots on R10 just get carried away so fast. The new Reapers were added last year. I don't remember exactly when. What's the other change? There was another change. Oh, the other significant change is my beard. My beard makes Reaper mode so much easier. No, I'm just kidding. The other significant change is the maximum number of hit points that you can get, per level. The hit points from your Reaper trees are now level gated, and if you hover over your tier 1 in 8, you can see it says every ability you take in this tree. Oh no, wait a minute. Below that, the number of maximum hit points you can benefit from in this method across all Reaper trees is gated by your character level. From level 1 to 5, you can get only a maximum of 50 extra hit points from your Reaper trees. From level 6 to 10, it's a maximum of 100. 11 to 15, it's a maximum of 200. 16 to 20, 400. 21 to 25, 800. So in those quests, like the one you just saw, some of us would have had more hit points. We could only benefit from 200 extra hit points at level 15 when we were doing that Feast or Famine. But last year, some of us would have benefited from more than that. Some of us with higher Reaper points could have gotten more than 200 hit points because there was no level gating of the hit points. So all this, has an effect on Reaper mode. The level restrictions makes it easier, but the new Reapers and the lesser hit points make it harder. Plus the Fear Reapers are tougher.